In the medieval Caribbean, a mysterious legion sails under jade light, appearing as immortal skeletons. They command the Black Pearl, ruling the Caribbean Sea. Yet they are deeply cursed and tormented. A mysterious figure arrives at the royal harbour, donning a triangular hat, heavy smoky makeup, and a signature beard. This is the renowned Captain Jack, the most handsome man in the Caribbean. Now, he is struggling to navigate the sea in a damaged small boat, because his black needle cannons were seized by the traitor Barbossa. But a captain always has his own background music. How could he lose his elegance and flair? With sleeves brushing the sails defending the bow, he calmly boards the Royal Sea. He has only one goal. His aim is the Royal Navy's blue flag. Meanwhile, the mayor is conducting a contentious ceremony for the colonel, while his daughter Elizabeth waits on the side in an unbearably tight evening gown. Because her father wants to marry her to the colonel, Captain Jack successfully tricks two dim-witted guards and boards the intercepting ship smoothly. Meanwhile, Elizabeth stands atop the city wall, and the colonel, who resembles Captain America, is declaring her love to him. Elizabeth loses her footing and falls into the sea. The pirate gold coin he carries seems to have been unleashed by the barbarians, releasing immeasurable power, even alerting the desiccated sea's strange creatures. Hap, who looks cold on the outside but has a righteous heart, uses decades of seafaring swimming skills to easily rescue Elizabeth, but is wickedly betrayed by the arriving colonel. Truly, a tiger falls into the flatlands and hides in the snow. He looks at this destitute sea in front of him, and carries a pistol with only one bullet and a faulty compass. He can unravel the Zodiac and eloquently insists on arresting Captain Jack on the spot. Captain Jack hijacked Elizabeth, teasing her before exploiting the chaos to escape. Pursued by minor troops, he fled to a blacksmith's unit and, spotting donkey dropping patterns, used heated tools to collect them. He ruthlessly kicked the donkey's backside, loosened the chains in his hands, and the arriving blacksmith realized that this blacksmith, who looked like Prince Qingming, was named Wiltner. He was the descendant of a pirate whom Elizabeth had saved in her childhood. She shared a beautiful waltz with Captain Check, and the two were evenly matched, even using their own special moves. A team assembled the escape route for Jack by threading wooden planks. During the fight, Cheetah was ambushed from behind by the blacksmith master, and the arriving colonel represented that night. The big villain Barbossa, along with his henchmen, sensed the royal presence because they heard the call of the pirate gold and kidnapped Elizabeth, who was wearing a gold coin around her neck. The blacksmith had long developed feelings for Elizabeth. To rescue her, Tia Xiang found Captain Check, who was being held captive. Upon learning that Tia Xiang was the son of William Dull, Jack immediately agreed to accompany him. They used a cunning triangular battle tactic to create a diversion, successfully intercepting the signal and recruiting a group of excellent crew members. A woman dedicated to Greece, Elizabeth, and the one dedicated to the beloved Black Pearl, set off together on a journey to the island of death. Elizabeth had just pushed open the cabin but was confronted by the scene before her. Countless skeletons reveling on the ship. They were a group of cursed pirates. Only because they took the gold coins from the treasure chest did they all turn into walking corpses. Once exposed to moonlight, they transform into skeletal forms. They are neither living nor dead. They even lost some of their senses. This is the curse of the Black Pearl. The only way to break the curse is to collect all 882 gold coins, return them to the treasure chest, and use the blood of Turner's descendants. The final gold coin is the one on Elizabeth. Because Elizabeth lied about being a Turner descendant, Barbossa took her and Gibbs back to Dead Man's Town. In search of lifting the curse from himself, he had long grown tired of not even being able to eat apples. The blacksmith learned from Jack that he is actually the son of Pirate Bill. He was the key to breaking the curse, and he realized that Jack was merely using him to retrieve the Black Pearl. Barbossa took Elizabeth to the treasure chest and used a dagger to slit his palm, along with the gold coins, through into the chest. Everyone eagerly awaited the lifting of the curse, but nothing changed. Clearly, the curse was not broken. Barbossa finally realized Elizabeth had deceived her, so Barbossa struck her to the ground. The others also blamed Barbossa for everything, since the curse was not lifted. If he had not betrayed Jack all those years ago, and pushed William Turner into the abyss, the crew would not have been so deeply ensnared by the curse. The blacksmith did not completely trust Jack. Thus, they struck Jack unconscious from behind, and seized the chance to rescue Elizabeth, as pirates regained senses. They saw the awakened Chet, and everyone stared at Jack in disbelief, because he had been thrown onto a deserted island initially, yet now he seemed completely unharmed. As they were about to kill Jack once again, he remained calm because he could help them find what they needed. Elizabeth and the blacksmith escaped back to the Black Pearl. According to the pirate code, those who are left behind must be abandoned, so they left Check behind, took control of the interception ship, and began to sail back. Meanwhile, Jack and Barbossa sailed the Black Pearl, closely pursuing the interception ship. Although the interception ship was the fastest in the royal port, it had no chance against the sea master of the Black Pearl. Soon the two ships met at sea and engaged in a fierce battle. They would still follow the one belt path without any deviation. This seemed like a one-time identity threat. Barbossa agreed to release Elizabeth and the crew, but then turned rogue. He sailed near the deserted island where Check was abandoned, forcing Elizabeth into the sea. Naturally, Captain Check was not exempt. This was his second. Once again, seeing someone else take his Black Pearl, he faced the dilemma of how to survive on the deserted island. Due to the gold coin curse on the path of death, every time under the moonlight, these people would turn into undead skeletons. To cast the curse, they captured Diltner's son, Tiexian, and exiled Jack and Elizabeth to a deserted island. Elizabeth kept shouting about how to escape, but Jack showed no panic whatsoever. He just tapped his little hand and took small steps forward.
He thus found the previously hidden cellar. Since they couldn't escape, he decided to enjoy themselves at least. But Elizabeth was not an easy woman. She pretended to party with Jack at night and cut off his mouth.
The next morning, she burned down the cellar. Jack had no way to deal with this woman in front of him. Unbeknownst to Jack, Elizabeth had her own plans. Her father and the Colonel saw the rising smoke and soon piloted the Intrepid. This made Jack feel about Elizabeth. But the Colonel did not intend to continue rescuing the blacksmith. Instead, he wanted to head back home. Elizabeth agreed to marry him if he saved the blacksmith. The Colonel finally agreed to go to Death Island. The clever Jack began his next big plan, knowing that the Colonel was suspicious, and provoked him into sending him alone to Death Island. Pirates were not allowed to come out, so a good group struck. Barbossa and the crew were preparing a memorial ceremony when they saw again. They were once again taken aback. They didn't understand why he should do this. Jack once again escaped easily and began his high talk and rhetoric. He told Barbossa and everyone that if they completed the few points, they would become normal people again. Going outside risks being smashed by Wu Wei Hao, so it's better to defeat them first using undead forms. Then Barbossa becomes commander of Wu Wei Hao and gains endless treasures, possessing his dark form and then regaining his freedom, killing two birds with one stone. Barbossa, filled with excitement, ordered his subordinates to take action, but failed to notice Jack casually taking a gold coin under the moonlight. The Skeleton Legion traversed from the depths, climbing the Indomitable along the ropes, while Jack began his plan. He seized a bow from a soldier, threw arrows to the blacksmith, and the two started to eliminate the wicked Barbossa. Barbossa was proud of his immortality, but when he shot an arrow into Jack's chest, he discovered that the Jack retreating into the moonlight was already in a seemingly invincible, tearful state. Clearly, he had also taken the gold coin. Jack elegantly admired his own body. In that moment, he truly looked striking with his immortal form. A seemingly pointless fight began, and at that moment, Elizabeth also arrived to help them. After countless rounds, Jack found the right moment to shoot Barbossa with his gun, which only had one bullet. Barbossa laughed at Jack, mocking him for wasting a bullet, but then saw the blacksmith already collecting the bloodied gold coin. Standing above the treasure chest, as the gold coins fell into the chest from the blacksmith's hands, the immortality curse was lifted. Barbossa felt the long-lost coldness. Pirates on the ship, who had fallen before Jack, had also regained their freedom and quickly surrendered out of luck. Meanwhile, the Colonel was about to legally carry out Jack's hanging at a critical moment. Elizabeth and the blacksmith stood up to help Jack jump into the sea. This time, the crew waiting for him did not give up. After all, there was still a pirate code as a reference behind the pirate code. Immediately reinstated as captain of the Black Pearl, he